Okay, let's have some fun with Frank Reilly, all Fred Fixler. And here is a drawing that Fred did of himself. Here's another drawing that Fred did of himself. I remember when he did these. These are actual Fred Fixler drawings that I took pictures of. And these are Reilly. And there's a very distinct look about Reilly. One of the things that Reilly, what they would do is they would finish the head and then do the body, which was very interesting. So you don't have the go for the total that you would find in animation, but it's very much Reilly. And let's have some fun with it, okay? It's been a while since I've kind of tried to go like all out Reilly, but you know, we'll see where it goes. In the end, it's just rhythms and tone. And last time I taught it was today at my school to a bunch of high school kids. This is basically, kind of a Reilly too. These are oil sketches that I did. And you'll see, the rhythm chart's there. This line, here's a rhythm, there's a rhythm, there's a rhythm. Here's another one, just kind of being this subtle, but all the brush strokes need to fall on the rhythm. And same thing here, being very bold and really working hard to stay with it. It wasn't invented by Reilly because it's anatomy. Go back to Albrecht Dürer and you'll have Reilly. So let's see, here's I'm working on newsprint, which I haven't done for a long time. I sharpened my pencil really long for me, which I haven't done. So here's going to be the pencils I'm going to use. And they're all sharpened. I have my kneaded eraser. And that's been 2 minutes. Let's have some fun. We're going to do the videos 10 minutes at a time. And the drawing will probably take, I don't know, it might even take an hour. So let's see where we go. I'm going to kind of do a made-up type face, kind of from a model, kind of not. And see where we go. So you want to go for kind of the big shape. And I'm going to go for the total, which is fine. And so we'll go here. And kind of looking down. Okay, and you really want to go for the, as much of the swoop as possible. And then for the Reilly, what you want to do is, find your center line, have your proportions, start, be really careful. I'm going to go here, 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 here. And, for animation, you want to kind of do it, different order. But basically, your first rhythm will be here. And this can be where it turns. So if you put your finger in the center of your forehead and move along, where you can feel your finger turn is where the rhythm goes. So go like that. And you want it to go into the eye, right into the eye socket. Then, so basically what we're doing is we're manufacturing zits because you're putting your finger on your forehead and moving it across. So you're moving the oils of your skin over to literally allow the entire face to experience acne at a high level. So then we're going to come down here. There's your other ones where the rhythm hits the face. The nose hits the face. And then this right here is going to be the mouth and then half for the chin. So if you can count to 3.5, you're doing pretty well. The next is going to be your, from the chin past the mouth over the ear. And then you come around here, same thing. So we got that, and then we'll cut down this way. And now you're starting to put in planes. It's got kind of a short nose. We'll bring it down a little bit here. Top of the nose into the eyebrow, like that. So these are tools that you can use in your animation art also. That's why, I say it's all the same. So like that. This is a phantom rhythm here, which we'll be using because it's a guy. It's a dude. Okay, and then you have your proportions, like, this mouth lines up with the center of the eye. this lines up with the center of the eye, so we have that. You could also use the fang. Figure here's the center line. Fang would be here, so the fang lines up with the nostril, and then it lines up with the tear duct, goes across this way. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna bring the nose out. Okay, and then what I like to do is do a little perspective here. It's not really Reilly, but we'll go like that and bring it down to the chin, to the jaw. Give him a big honking neck. And then for the hair, we can kind of go with the same and have some fun with that. You got to keep looking at Fred's stuff so I can remember. And then here's the ear. I can hear Fred's voice. Fred was a nice guy. He really was. I mean, for Fred to, you know, you can call it what you want. You can call it his legacy, but I watched him just give it everything he had to the students, and I was one of them. And even though he wasn't supposed to like me because I was with Vilpu, he did. And I liked Fred. And what can you say? Okay, so here's the side of the face right there. And that's it. And you know, I don't know why you can't use this. I use it in my animation every day, so I don't know, it works for me. Okay, but what you're going to notice is that it has a nice rhythm to it, and that's pretty much the key, okay? So again, 1, 2, 3.5. This is your zygomatic process line. This is your phantom line, which would end up being like levators and so on and so forth. And then this is your orbicularis oris. And then because you have this rhythm and you cut down here, it gives you your orbicularis oculi. The size of the eye is only the size of a quarter. And don't try that. Don't put a quarter in your eye to prove me right or wrong. Just take it and then go like this. And then we're going to go give him a ponytail and bam. So that's your Reilly. Okay, so that's the start. Let's see how long that was. 7 minutes. Okay, we're gonna stop at this, and we're gonna come back and start tightening it up. Okay, I'll spend more time on this. So what you're gonna find when you look at the Reilly is, you know, they're starting to think next about planes. Now here's this rhythm here. You can see that. And then here's the rhythm here. Here's that phantom one I was telling you about right there. But if you look, he doesn't have an eye. I mean, it's kind of in there, but you're really into shadow patterns. And, you know, here's Fred. That's a typical Fred. And you can see, you know, you're really just kind of drawing the shape. Now, could Fred turn this thing? Fred was a master, okay? He is as good as anybody is out there, is as good as Fred was. So we're not in any way dissing Fred Fixler, and just the contrary. We're bowing at our knees to this man. And boy, could he do the same thing with a paintbrush. But you can see where, you know, he's hitting the planes. But you can see this rhythm chart. You see, you're like right there. And then it's stopping here, even with utilizing the negative space. It's stopping. Okay. So we got that. And, you know, same thing, you know, with the girls. You know, here we go. You know, you can see, but it's just very subtle. You want to be able to learn to draw really pretty girls. And what I've assigned my school, the kids at my school today, is to learn the history of pretty girls, you know, because they change throughout, you know, history. You know, what was viewed as very, very pretty at one point, you know, became not as pretty on the next. You know, maybe full figured, or maybe, you know, like really skinny. But you want to be able to draw really, really, really pretty girls. And then you just chisel and square off, make the jaw a little bit square, and then you have a guy, okay? But if you look here, you know, you can see the rhythms, bam, bam, bam. See, So it works out really well. And then look at this. You can see where, you know, Fred's just like pulling right out from, you know, right out from that shape. And he's just, you know, drawing with the chart. So again, we, at our school, we just combine it all. So we might be the only school that I know of that does both. So here, this is going to be, I'm trying to have glare. You want to control your values. We're only going to use 3 values. So we got to find an area to control. So I'll start right here. So the end of the nose. This is a core shadow, but it's kind of a box core shadow. Because it's, you know, it's a box shape. Come down. And then I'm going to copy this, but here's the nasolabial fold here. So that'll give me a chance to have a nice circle effect. And then we're going to come down here, and then we're going to use this as a really good way of showing the form of the orbicularis oris. So we have that. And then what Fred would do is sometimes he would just do the edges, but most often he would just go ahead and fill it in. So we got that, okay. Then we're going to come down here with a fulcrum. And then right there, fulcrum. This is away from the light. So this is going to be all in shadow. Here's the eye, so we'll come down here. And then this is going to cast a shadow. The light's coming this way, so this is going to cast a shadow over the lip and then into a form shadow on the bottom. We got that. And then what comes in, we're going to step on down onto the chin. And that's going to cast a shadow. And that's right on that rhythm, right there. That's the value of Reilly, because it organizes everything. Controlling your values. It's coming here. There's your phantom coming around this way. There we go. Plane. Light's coming here. So this will be like a box shadow. Light side, halftone. See it? We got that. How much time do we have? We're only at 5 minutes. That's going to go faster than I thought. Okay, here is the nose. So we're going to have a cartilage here. And the cartilage here. So the cartilage is a box shape. So I have a box shape. Box shape's going to cast a shadow on the nostril, come around, core shadow on the other side of the nostril, and then back into the shadow. So I got that. Then we're going to have into the cartilage here, into the nose here. Let's see how Frank, how you did that. So we'll put this shadow here. And then we're going to put in this kind of reflected light there. I like to open areas up. So it looks like Fred did the same. And I like to open that up. So we're going to go like that. It's going to go this way into the zygomatic process. Boom. And then here's the rhythm coming this way. Bring it around. So that's drawing. Zygomatic process here. That's the rhythm. But it stops here. See, and that's what's cool. And it goes that way. You'll see this on Norman Rockwell. If you look at Norman Rockwell stuff, and he was taught a lot by Bridgman. So again, it's all the same stuff. So we go here. This comes up. This could be animation because this is the mask. We'll go like there's core, cast, core, eyeball. Okay, so this is one shape. If you see that, that's one shape. And that's important. So go down like that. So this is one complete shape, and that's kind of Reilly. Remember, you know, you're dealing with a great designer. You know, Fred designed, you know, book covers, movie posters. So, you know, he's just a fantastic designer. So, you know, you want to group all this, you see, and then it comes down this way, and then here. So this is all one shape. See? So I see a lot where everything is, you know, broken up into pieces. You want to have that. And then this goes here, goes this way. You know, work back and forth. You'll see a lot of this, you know, working, you know, kind of rhythm. Go like that. Side plane, side plane, side plane. We're up to 8 minutes. Okay. And then this is another shape. So this is going to come down this way, into the eye, down, underneath the eye, down, cast shadow, core. Okay? And these eyes need to be focused on whatever has been focused on. If you make one eye kind of going, you know, straight and one slightly off, the eyes will follow you around the room. It's kind of a neat little secret. Okay, so we got that. Give him a little bit of an ear here. And we're at 10 minutes. So let's move on to the next day. Okay, we'll take a look at that. There we go. Okay, let's keep going. Side plane here, so you want to feel it. Just pretend like you're just rubbing, you know, the side, the planes. And that would be, you know, kind of what Fred would do. If you notice, you know, like here on this one of him, he's, you know, it looks like he's actually just rubbing his own cheeks. So you're kind of feeling for him. So if you look, you know, here's his hard edge. It's so cute. You see that right there. And you're very, he actually is using kind of a line for the hard edges. All right, so we got that. Make sure I don't get caught up in the glare. I'm trying to see what I'm drawing here. So you know where it stops because it stops there on that rhythm. If you look at Fred's stuff, he has a lot of rhythm. Move this eye over a little bit. Now this is fun. You'll see this a lot. Let's see if I can find some these sweepy lines. You know, this is where you're getting lost. You don't get a chance to. You're losing the edges. These really swoopy lines. Like here, you can see where you're carving. Very designy. Same thing here. So, like here, this is Ed Haney. This is actually, I worked with him. He was a great model, but he was also the layout supervisor. I don't know what he's doing these days. He's really fun. You can see very swoopy lines. That's fun. Again, losing the edge, but a lot of rhythm. See that? There it is. See that really long, swoopy line right there? That's what we want. And then, very designy. So that works. So we're going to go like that, very swoopy. And then we can, since we have that, then we can go ahead and carve this way. And again, that's just design. I don't know why it has to be owned by anybody. It's just basic design. All right, so we got that, we got this. We're at 3 minutes, which is fine. Okay, so now we're going to use our eraser and our pencil. Now we're going to go back in again, and you can rub it back if you want. I don't remember if Fred did that, but I think so. Okay, so we're going to go here. It's been a long time. Last time I studied with Fred, I was 24 years old. Between 24 and 25. I'm 60 now, so that was more than 5 years ago. All right, so let's get in there and let's see. I'm going to steal some stuff because the photo I have, might want to open it up a little bit. So I'm going to open this up. And again, we're only going to work with the two values, this one value here, and then we'll come back in and put in a little darker. So it's going to be 3 values when we're done. Okay, now we're going to start playing with edges. So shape here. Going to go. Let's see. I want to make sure it has that Reilly look. So I'll look at this photo here. Put that here to look at. Hard edge here. Shadow. There's no such thing as the white of the eye. So if they say don't shoot till you see the white of their eyes, the person can probably most guarantee that they're not going to get shot. All right, so that's this. Let's see how Fred handled this nose here. Got a rhythm there. Come around, hit the other side here. Fred put a line there, so I'll put a line. Fill the nose. There's a septum. Now, a lot of times, you know, they won't put in the actual nostril of your painting. Right, 8 minutes. Shadow. So if you want to learn Reilly, come to the school. I'll teach you Reilly, but I'll teach you a lot of other stuff too. Okay, and then this eyebrow will go darker. Let's see where we're at right now. We're at 9 minutes, 29 seconds. So kind of stay right there. You can see, but the whole key is to control. Definitely where we control our values. Okay, so let's move on to the next video. Okay, now comes the fun part. And just keep tightening it up. And we want to key it. I don't remember them ever talking about that. It's an animation term. But we want to key. So we're using 3 values. I got 1, 2, 3. So we want to get in there and key the drawing. So like, what are the darks? So like, here's the eye here. That's pretty dark. So that's keying right there. This is lighter. That's flesh. This is hair. This is the eyebrow. We got that. It's funny trying to stay in the really, you can see, you know, like this hair is really dark, right? And then this is light, and this is your mid, so it's like light, mid, dark. So you want to kind of key it. You can lose this edge here. Okay, so now we're getting into that world here. Nice. Now if I say flat, it means there's no variation in the tone. Nice and flat tone here. Put a key there. Lose an edge. Okay, so now we've got kind of keyed out of our darks, our reflected light. This is our mids. This is our light. So we go dark. We're going to group our darks with our cores. Reflected light will be the second, and then the light. Okay. I'm going to use this little magic tool here, knead eraser, and be able to see what I'm doing. The shape gets lost in with the hair. So you're playing a lot just with shapes and edges. Okay, so the light's going to come this way. There's a highlight there, a reflective little. So I have a highlight and a catch light. All that is in the videos. Because remember, we are teaching Reilly. It's a nice light shape right there. There's usually, it's a darker nose because there's blood in there. This is the light side. So your light, your darks and your light are the light and your dark. So this area here, you know, is dark. So, but that'll be the light side on this side. So the dark in the light is the light in the dark. Ooh, there's an edge there. So I'm hitting the planes, like this is a top plane, then it turns, then here's another plane, then it turns, here's another plane. See? So like this brow will cast a shadow there, see? So that's a core, that's reflected light right there. And then there's your cast underneath. Cast comes around, joins with the core. They become the same. Ooh, 12 minutes. Let's take a look. Stand up. Okay, so you can see where we are right now. Okay, let's do one more video, tighten it up, and we'll be done. All right, let's put the wraps on this. So it's kind of fun. All right, there's more contrast in the camera than there is in the actual painting. I'm gonna take a Kleenex, soften this up a little bit. I don't know if Fred actually ever used a Kleenex. We definitely lost edges, so let's have some fun with that. Texture. So remember, Reilly is about rhythms, so we gotta kind of get in there and pop in those rhythms. Now, does that mean the other schools of drawing, you know, don't use rhythms? No, everybody does rhythms. This gives us texture. I guess if I was going to give advice, it would be don't get overly locked into just like one, you know, school of drawing. You know, combine it, be bold. So, you know, at our school, I'm going to keep telling you till it locks in. You know, there's a lot of different schools of drawing out there, and I was lucky to open-minded enough to study them. So yes, Vilpu, which is the Florentine school, but Glenn's a heck of a painter and an amazing designer. So, I mean, if you've ever seen one of Glenn's pastels, he just melts you, and his paintings are gorgeous. You know, you can do tonally, you know, you can do everything. So, but, you know, his passion is the Florentine school, which is kind of linear in a way. And I have a lot of those demos. Fred, of course, very tonal. And then, you know, Brian Eastman, very, you know, original art center, very painterly, very Norman Rockwell-like, so him. You know, Eddie Rayberg, which was, you know, Chenard's, our Students League, New York. So that was a big part of my life. Animation, you know, the great animators, ability to work with them, study. Design, you know, working with the best designers in LA, grabbing their knowledge. All that coming together, you know, at our school. So we're not just one thing. It's silly. So don't be afraid to be bold. Get out there and be yourself. So. The videos for, you know, for people who can't go to college. You know, we can help train you, give you the same kind of education, because obviously I've taught at a lot of colleges. For people who are, you know, in locations where it's really not available, we can bridge that gap. And but you know, I prefer you go to college. It's fun. But if you can't, don't let it get in your way. So we can help you. But you'll work hard. You know, I think I've worked a lot harder because I didn't go to college. So it's not a bad thing. And right now I've been working all day and it's 20 minutes to 11. I'm still working, so I don't consider this work, but I'm still going. I'll probably do another video after this. Open my head. Camera. All right. So what is Reilly? This, 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 this. Okay. Let's have fun. Move on to some other stuff.